What's up everyone, it's Chris here, hope everyone's doing well. So in today's video we're going to be checking out the ML1 British Standard Series by Chapman Guitars. Now before I start waffling at you about Chapman and my thoughts on this guitar, let's just hear a couple of riffs. It's a very modern guitar, so I've gone for some pretty heavy tones. Let's hear a couple of riffs and then we'll come back and let's see what Chapman have to say about the guitar. So for those that don't know, Chapman Guitars was founded by Rob Chapman. Now there's been some controversy around Rob Chapman and some of the things he's done, some of the things that he hasn't. I'm not really going to be going into that in today's video because this is just about the guitar itself. Now I understand it can be very emotive for people when they're spending their money, who they decide to spend their money with. But today I think that's probably a separate issue. I just want to kind of address this guitar really and sort of, you know, check it out. So in 2018, Chapman released a Standard British Series, which is a series of guitars that were all made in England, and they were described as the best of the best. And let's see what Chapman have to say about the series.
Greetings, I'm Rob Chapman, and today I'm over the moon to introduce to you the British Standard line from Chapman Guitars. Chapman Guitars is obviously a guitar company, but beyond that, we are a small gathering of friends. The majority of us are guitar players, musicians, and this is the culmination of hopes and dreams of all of us. Honestly, I can't really quite believe that we have managed to do this. I mean, Chapman's been going for about 10 years in one shape, form or another. And to think that we've gone from the initial little Chinese runs, the small, affordable, awesome workhorse guitars, and now we are stepping up the game to the flagship line of the British Standard run. I just wanted to show you a little bit behind the scenes at the workshop, show you the magic that goes on, the incredible materials, some of the quadruple A, 4A Canadian flamed maple that goes into this. We've got amazing features like these incredible through necks, where it's satin all the way through and then gloss on the wings, just letting the bell ring all the way through the guitar. I mean, it's the best of the best. And that really was the objective from Chapman Guitars. And I'm so proud that we've been able to do this. This is really the flagship for Chapman Guitars going forwards.
And there were some difficulties with the line, and it wasn't quite clear as to kind of what the difficulties were. However, the captain, good old captain of Captain Anderton's, recently put on a Facebook post, which I'll share on the screen now, and it clears up some of the difficulties that they had with the British line in 2018. And what the captain says in response to a question, the question was, didn't Chapman try this a few years ago, but no one purchased them? Hope it goes better this time around. Captain wrote, that's not quite true. Last time round we had a deal with a very small luthier to build them. We launched at NAMM, took about 40 orders, and the small luthier couldn't cope. A few guitars got built, but not many, and they just weren't good enough so we pulled the plug. This time round, we're working with an established custom shop with experience and capacity, so we don't have the same problem again. So that clears that up. That was the difficulties around 2018, I think. Now, I don't think all the social media communication to people quite evidence that was the case at the time, and I think that led to some confusion, really, I think. So that clears that up, really. But also, Chapman have just released a new British line called the Chapman Guitars Made in England Workshop Series. And I put some pictures up of those guitars, and they look absolutely phenomenal, to be honest. It's British, which is brilliant if you're British, not so brilliant if you're not British. Maybe it is, I don't know. It's a lot of money, I think. It's an awful lot of money. But that said, you get a British made guitar to your specs, really. They look amazing. They really, really, really do. Now, Chapman released several Standard Series guitars on their Reverb channel, and I was actually lucky enough to pick one up. There was a few on there, and I think they went within a couple of days. Now, there was a video by KDH that looked at this Standard Series. What you're getting is a guitar that's 70% off. I think he said something like 70% off, what you would have paid. Now, I'm really happy with that because I've got a really expensive guitar now for not very much, really, in the grand scheme of things. So I'm really happy with that. And I'm happy with the decision to buy it and to support Chapman. I really am. But I understand Chapman are not for everyone, and that's absolutely fine, isn't it? That's personal choice and a balance of probability. There's always going to be those that support something or someone and those that don't, and that's absolutely fine. So let's check out the guitar itself. Here she is in all its glory. So we have a 5A Canadian flame maple top, nitrous finish. We have Switchcraft switches, 5-way selector. We've got ebony Mikasa fretboard. We have hip shop tuners. We have a satin baked maple through neck with mahogany wings, which looks absolutely amazing. There. We have stainless steel frets, hand wound hex pickups. There. So let's hear the pickups then. So let's hear some thick, juicy distortion. Let's hear how clear these pickups are. Now, why don't we check out some clean sounds that you can get from this? It's got a 5-way blade switch. Beautiful, beautiful sounds. Got bridge, split, middle, split, neck. So what do I like about this guitar? Well, everything really. I love how it feels. It feels good quality. I love the carved body. It really, really fits me. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'5". I'm quite broad. Quite a few pounds. And I find that this fits me really well, to be honest. Whereas I find some guitars that don't. And that can be quite uncomfortable. I feel quite kind of, you know, it gets quite uncomfortable for a bit of time, really. It's a very, very resonant guitar, so you can feel the vibrations right the way through, which obviously the neck through probably helps with that. Now, is there anything that I don't like about the guitar? Well, not really, to be honest. Now, I'm more about vibes on guitars than anything else. So some people are quite microscopic and quite forensic about things, which is absolutely fantastic. It's your money, and you know, if that's how things are, then that's absolutely fine. I'm not necessarily like that. For me, it's more about how I feel when I play a guitar. Do I feel like I want to write a song? Do I feel like I want to write a riff? And quite interestingly, the moment I got this and tuned it up, I wrote a really cool riff within the first 5 minutes. Probably wasn't even that, to be honest. So I find it a very inspiring guitar to play. It really is. So that's going to be it for me today, guys. I hope I've covered everything. I'd be really interested to know your thoughts on the situation and, you know, Chapman's Made in England workshop series and what you think about it. If you enjoyed the video, then I'd definitely encourage you to like and subscribe it. It really helps me to kind of build the channel. I'm really trying to do that, trying to put some hard work into trying to get some regular content every week for you guys. So this week, that is the Chapman. Last week it was a Strymon plugin, which was really cool, and Strymon actually subscribed to my channel, which I was really, really excited about. So that was really cool. That was a really cool moment for me. So yeah, there we go. Take it easy, and I shall see you in the next video.